I came because it's like I'm interested in learning more about permaculture, and I do have a little garden at home already, and I want to learn more how to grow and to do better in my garden. And yes, in the community that I work, there's a lot of space that I can see potential, and I'm excited to grow food too.
I just thought it'd be nice to get together with people because I live with my family in Kitsilano, and this is a great way to meet some new people, and of course, learning how to prepare a meal with some new tips would be good.
I think with permaculture, there's a lot of angles that we can come at to understand like why do we want to do what we're doing, and I guess the basic idea is like what we're doing something that we can see humans doing for a long time, because we're trying to achieve in some sense a permanent culture. So in a permaculture garden, we need to recognize that there's pollinators, that there are different, there's a huge range of elements involved that make the garden happen.
My experience was exactly this, where I really want to grow a garden, so I went and I go buy the plants, and every year I'm spending a lot of money to buy plants and putting them down, and then they die, and I don't know enough what it needs, what I need to be doing in order to be sustaining itself.
It's it's stuff that if you think of the gardens that you create, if you left that garden in 10 years, that garden would still be producing something. And that's the idea that you're working towards. And it's really taking the natural contours of the land and building and designing your garden based on that. One of the things that is really ironic, a lot of gardeners and people I know, they love planting, but they forget to harvest. And so it's really, really important to make sure that you enjoy the bounty of the garden. We were talking about harvesting. So this is something that I created my first go at chutney, so it's all very exciting. You guys can try a little taste of this.
So this is our first harvest of this crop this year, and it's this little guy. It's a tuber, so it grows underground. So this is a really awesome permaculture plant because it's native to this environment. So it's actually from Eastern Canada. There are a few steps to getting it from like growing to our stomachs. And the reason that we need these steps is because there's a substance in it called inulin. And inulin's a starch that we can't digest in our stomachs. So what needs to happen is that inulin needs to start converting into other starches or sugars that we can actually digest. The best way to make that conversion happen is first to actually store the food in a cold environment for 4 weeks, 6 weeks, or longer. And then it's recommended to boil it in hot water and then cook it for a long time. So we're going to cook it for an hour today.
So what you tend to do with a squash soup is you sweeten it up. So I'll use the natural apples as the sweetener. Onions and garlic from the garden. These are purple potatoes. So with the squash soup, you would want to use potatoes as a starch in order to thicken things up. Orange thyme's got a sweetness to it, so I chose that.